Hi, it's another Hershey Park weekend, and today we're going to be talking about how baby and kid-friendly it is here at Hershey Park. So I think it's important to talk about kind of the parameters on what we're considering it to be kid and baby friendly. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to be talking about anyone who's a height chart of Kisses or lower. So Kisses or miniature Hershey bar. And the reason for that is because Kisses stops at 42 inches, and once they hit that 42 inches, they're in the Reese's category, and that opens up a lot more rides that they can go on. So I think we're just going to stick to Kisses and lower. So my daughter is currently Kisses, and she's 3. So if you're trying to get an idea of what we're talking about for kid-friendly, we're going to talk about 3 and under. So really toddlers and infants. I think it's kind of important to talk about what I think constitutes kid-friendly, because that might be a different definition for everyone. So I think when you're talking in regards to amusement parks, the number of rides that are available for toddlers or infants, I think that would be definitely the #1 consideration to take into effect. And then also entertainment would be another thing that I would think of. Additionally, things like how stroller friendly or wagon friendly an amusement park is, or what type of food offerings that they have for littler children. But again, everybody's definition of child friendly is going to vary, but those are just my takes.
Before we get into the rides, I want to talk about strollers and wagons. So this is good news. Hershey Park allows outside strollers and wagons with no restrictions. The only stipulation is you're going to have to go through a little bit of a different security line. They do have people directing you where to go, and they're going to look over everything before you get in. But no restrictions, so this is great news. You can bring your own stroller or wagon and not have to rent one. All right, now we're going to move into the very important topic of rides. And the first category we're going to cover is for handheld infants. So these are the rides that your little babies can ride. So the first ride that your handheld infant can ride right at the beginning of the park, you're going to have your carousel. Unfortunately, the little ones can't go on the horses. Handheld infants must ride in a chariot. And moving along, the next ride for handheld infants would be the Dry Gulch Railroad. This is a very cute, approximately 6-minute long train ride. Moving along, and if you haven't noticed, we are going in alphabetical order. The Ferris wheel, that would be the next ride that handheld infants can go on. Next up is the Kissing Tower. The Kissing Tower is an observation ride. It takes you up. It is the tallest ride in the park. You get beautiful views of Hershey and the entirety of Hershey Park. And another ride for handheld infants and the entire family is one of my daughter's favorites, the monorail. This is such a great ride. The monorail takes you outside of the park through Zoo America, and I highly recommend checking it out. I will warn you, it can get very long wait times. And that's a wrap on all of the rides that you can take a handheld infant. Next, we are going to move on to the toddler rides. Now, some of these are going to allow Kisses and miniature Hershey's, and other are just going to allow Kisses. And I will elaborate when I'm telling you about each of these rides. One of the things that I like about Hershey is that they are super friendly about you as a parent helping your child get on and off the ride. So you will enter the main entrance with your child, get them on the ride, and exit. When the ride's over, you're going to go through the exit and get your kid off the ride for those kiddos that still need help. My daughter is 3, she's not quite there yet, and we really appreciate how friendly the team members are when it comes to this. Another thing to note is if you're questioning if your child can ride one of the rides based upon their height category, you can measure your child prior to going into the park. That'll give you an idea where they stand. And then there's going to be signs outside of every ride that indicate what heights are allowed on that ride. Additionally, the Hershey Park app is going to be a great source. You can even filter the rides based upon their height to determine what they can ride. As a quick reminder, Hershey miniatures are going to be 0 to 36 inches and Kisses are 36 to 42 inches. Also, I am not going to include the rides we just mentioned for handheld infants because obviously toddlers can also go on those rides. And once again, we are going to go alphabetical through these rides. So the first one would be Balloon Flight. So this ride is for Hershey miniatures and Kisses. Next up is going to be the Coco Cruiser. This is a cute little roller coaster, and this is going to be for Kisses, not mini Hershey bars. Another ride that is going to be for Kisses would be the Coal Cracker. This is Hershey Park's flume ride. However, it is not open yet. This opens seasonally as weather warms up, so I believe it'll probably be open around Memorial Day. Convoy, our little truck ride, is going to be for Hershey miniatures or Kisses. Dizzy Drums is kind of like a little teacup ride, and that is going to be for Kisses. And next up is Frog Hopper. This ride is going to be for Kisses. And something I just randomly thought of that I thought it would be important to mention is that some of these rides, you as an adult are not going to be able to accompany your child. So if your child is uneasy about going on a ride by themselves, you're going to want to look for the rides that a parent or guardian can go on that ride with them. But some of these, they do not allow adults. Next up is Frontier Flyers. This is for Kisses. And Granny Bugs is going to be for Hershey miniatures or Kisses. Helicopters is also for Hershey miniatures or Kisses. Livery Stables, which is a baby carousel, is going to be for Kisses. The Mini Himalaya, which was closed when we were there this past weekend, is for Hershey miniatures, Kisses. The miniature pirate ship is for Kisses. Just another thought as I'm making this video, some of these rides there is a height limit in the opposite direction. That means if you're too tall, you can't go on this ride. So if you have a taller, older child who wants to ride with their younger sibling, depending on their height, they may not be able to go on. The ride will indicate that, and the attendants are always measuring as well. And the miniature scrambler is going to be for Hershey miniatures or Kisses. Minty Bees is going to be for Hershey miniatures or Kisses. And right next to Minty Bees is Misfit Bug, which is also for Hershey miniatures or Kisses. In the back of the park, next to Granny Bugs, is Pony Parade. This is for Kisses or the Hershey miniatures. Another little airplane ride is Red Baron, and this ride is going to be for Kisses. Moving along to one of my favorites is Reese's Cup Fusion. This is very similar to Men in Black or Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters in regards to you're going to be given a little gun that you shoot at the bad candies. Warning, this can be a little bit scary for younger children, so that's just something to keep in mind. And this is going to be for Kisses, not miniature Hershey's. Next up is the full-size scrambler, which is also for Kisses and mini Hershey's. Skyview is for Kisses. This is a gondola style ride, but it was not open last year until Christmas time, and I haven't seen it open yet this year, so we'll see. Space Age is a little rocket ship style ride for Hershey miniatures or Kisses. Starship America is another rocket style ride. This one does get pretty high and is for mini Hershey's or Kisses. Sweet Swing is for Kisses. And not to be confused with Sweet Swing, but rather Swing Thing. Again, this one is going to be for Kisses. Tilt-A-Whirl is going to be for Hershey miniatures or Kisses. And another ride that's going to be for your Kisses is the Teacups. Tiny Tracks is a miniature train for Hershey miniatures or Kisses. I promise we're almost done. Traffic Jam is going to be a little car ride for Hershey miniatures or Kisses. And the Trailblazer is a family-friendly roller coaster that is one of my 3-year-old's absolute favorites, and this is for kisses. And lastly, we have the Twin Turnpike, which is both classic cars and the Speedway. And for these, this is going to be something that they will have to be accompanied by an adult, but these are for Hershey miniatures or kisses. So that's a wrap on really the most important thing, in my opinion, that makes the park family friendly is you heard them. There are a lot of rides, especially for toddlers. Obviously, for handheld infants, you're not going to have as many options, but certainly for your younger ones, 3 and under, there are plenty of options for them at Hershey Park. And this is excluding Zoo America and the boardwalk when that opens up in summer. The one thing that I will say Hershey Park does lack in is entertainment when it comes to shows. Really, you have the Aqua Theater, which has the Sea Lion show, and there are character meet and greets at the front of the park. But really, that's about it. In the fall, they did do a very cute Halloween show inside the Music Box Theater. And during the Christmas time, they did have reindeer and you could meet Santa. But I think that is the one area that Hershey Park definitely could stand to improve. I will say that I think Hershey Park is extremely baby toddler friendly when it comes to food. So the food offerings that they have around the park, they do have a lot of hot dogs, chicken fingers, pizza, fries, your very basic staples that kids are going to enjoy. But then also we bring in our own prepackaged snacks for my daughter, and I have never been questioned about bringing them in. Additionally, we bring in her juice cup, and I've never had an issue. Overall impression, if you are questioning about bringing a toddler or small child to Hershey Park, hope you found this helpful. I do think Hershey Park is extremely friendly towards small children. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please like the video and consider subscribing to my channel. As a Hershey Park season pass holder, I pretty much live there all summer long and will be bringing you Hershey Park content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.